Playing Phil Hellmuth seemed to have a big effect on Paul Phillips last year.
Well, Paul Phillips has developed a big chip lead over Jennifer Tilly here. And he's going to make a play without even looking at his hand.
He's put about $10,000 in there. That's enough to put Jennifer Tilly all in, and he did not look at his hand. I watched him. He did not look.
So on Queen 10, Tilly calls all in.
I can't talk about my hand. I haven't seen it yet.
I've had it. I'm doubling up on you. You're going down.
All right. Paul. Oh, Paul's got.
Oh, no.
Oh.
I can't look.
Yeah.
Paul's got a hooded sweater.
Paul Phillips donning the hooded sweatshirt a la Phil Lack, Jennifer Tilly's boyfriend, and now going into Phil's act from the World Series against Johnny Chan.
I thought Paul Phillips was acting too normal in this match.
There were some antics there yet.
Phil Lack over there is known to do the hooded sweatshirt thing. He's quite animated.
Read him a week.
And Paul finally looks at his hand, suited 7-4.
Double me up. Come on, buddy. I'll buy you a drink.
Jennifer is almost a 2-to-1 favorite to double up and have almost 8,000 in chips.
Come on. No hearts. No hearts.
Flop comes Jack, Ace, 8, and 2 hearts.
All right, no more hearts.
Jennifer's got to avoid a heart.
No
Also a
hearts.
7 or a 4.
Oh, that's a burn card. The burn card's a spade, but this is a spade too. It's a 7 of spade. I'm going to be Daniel Negreanu.
The turn card is a 7
It's a 7, but it's not a heart.
Turns a 7 of diamonds. Yeah, Jennifer didn't want a 7 there. Paul Phillips is paired as 7 now.
But he made a pair.
Oh.
She was trying to call for her cards a la Daniel Negreanu against Jerry Buss last year.
A queen on the river.
Jennifer can also win with a 9, a 10, or a king, as long as it's not a heart.
River brings a deuce of diamonds, a victory for Paul Phillips as he advances and eliminates Jennifer Tilly. Paul Phillips moves on to the tournament, and Jennifer Tilly, one of the 5 women here at Heads Up, is eliminated. Meanwhile, back to an outer table where a relentless match has found Mike Mizrachi with a chip lead over Mark Safe, and Mizrachi has put Safe all in here.
But Safe is in good shape in this hand. He's got ace-jack over Mizrachi's ace-8. Doesn't want to see any 8s.
Flop comes 8, 7 king.
Wow. Now Mark Safe is in bad shape. Needs to catch a jack or 2 running cards like a 9 and a 10.
Mizrachi's mom and wife loving the flop. The turn, 8 of diamonds, and now Mark Safe drawing dead. Mike Mizrachi will win this one to advance in the field.
And Mark Safe had Mike Mizrachi down to his last 5,000, a 7-to-1 chip advantage. Mizrachi came back and won the match. Gets a hug and a kiss from mom. He moves on as Mark Safe moves off the set.
Reigning champ Phil Hellmuth is in the house. He begins his title defense when we return right after this. Go all in at the new online store at NBCHeadsUp.com for the hottest line of poker merchandise. From men's and women's outerwear to Heads Up branded chips, cards, and tabletops that'll enhance any poker night. Welcome back to Caesars Palace. Here's what's happened so far in round 1 of the Diamonds bracket. The Professor Howard Lederer outwitted Alan Cunningham. Sammy Farha topped Renee Angelil. In a huge upset, Caesars qualifier Ernie Durex stunned Scotty Wynn. And 5-time World Series bracelet winner Ted Forrest outdueled Eric Seidel. Meanwhile, at one of our outer tables, Chad Brown has Phil Ivey covered in an all-in situation.
Am I going to have to shake his hand if he wins?
Phil's in bad shape here.
Not even close to over yet. Don't worry.
He's gone all in with Jack 7.
Not even close to over.
Chad Brown's got Jack 9. Big favorite, 62%, to knock Phil Ivey out of the tournament.
Flop comes 9, Jack Queen, 2 pair for Chad Brown.
Phil Ivey's going to have to do what Chad Brown did to him. He's going to have to catch a queen here, have a split pot.
Hey,
turns at 10 of clubs.
What about 10 or a queen?
8 outs to chop.
What about
and
10
I
or a
chop
queen?
with only 2 outs.
That's a good point, Chad.
I just want to, it's only fair.
You having a good time?
Basically what they're saying is that Phil can chop with a lot of cards here,
All
It's the
right.
5 of diamonds, no help.
but that's not one of them.
And Phil Ivey has gone from unamused to defeated here at the National Heads Up Poker Championship. That's an enormous upset. Ivey had this match won earlier, and he's going home.
Sit right here.
So round one is complete in the Diamonds bracket. Ted Forrest, Chad Brown, Paul Phillips, Ernie Durack, Barry Shulman, Sam Farha, Howard Lederer, and Mike Mizrachi all advance to the round of 32. Now we move over to first round action in the clubs bracket, where a number of big players are in this draw. None bigger, of course, than Phil Hellmuth, who's seeking to defend his title from last year. And we take you out to our featured table, where Phil Hellmuth has a tough draw in the first round.
He's playing David Chip Reese, who, as we said on the top of the show, is considered to be the best cash game player in the world. It's going to be interesting to see how Phil acts in this match. He's got to respect Chip, and I don't think we're going to be seeing any antics. And also, he's going to want respect from Chip.
But it's a hand I could have got broke on.
Yeah, yeah.
So Hellmuth called
they
the
just put all their
200.
money with ace
Reese
early,
checks
right?
into the flop, which brings ace 10-5, a pair of aces for Chip Reese. Reese checks, as does Hellmuth. 6 of clubs on the turn.
Phil has picked up an inside straight draw here. He can make a straight with a 7.
4, I'm sorry.
Reese quickly bets 400. Hellmuth quickly calls. And Hellmuth makes the straight with the 7 on the river.
And that 7 doesn't bother Chip too much. He's going to bet here again. He thinks aces are still the best hand.
Raise 3,000.
And Hellmuth raises to 3,900.
Chip Reese did not expect this raise. He's realizing now that the 7 must have helped Phil Hellmuth. Phil Hellmuth could have 10s and 7s. Anyway, Chip realizes here he does not have the best hand, throws his hand away.
Hellmuth off to a good start. As he begins his title defense this year, the reigning champ is nothing but confident.
Let me tell you, first of all, on my trek to the championship last year, I was never all in and called except in the Huck Seed match. That means I couldn't have lost. So I was very proud of my play. If you can play all your heads-up matches and never be all in and called, therefore you can't lose. And that's perfection in heads-up poker to me. When you're playing heads-up with me, you feel it. You know who I am. And so that's what I want to do, is just, kind of remind my opponent that I'm Phil Hellmuth.